Welcome to my brand reveal of Daringly Different Part 2. Yesterday, I talked about why I changed my brand from Branded to Results to Daringly Different. So feel free to watch the replay. I'm sharing my thought process with you, and it may help you in finding out what feels more aligned for you when creating your own brand and your own visual design. So, the question on this live is today, what is better, a logo with a visual graphic or a symbol, or just your name as a signature, or both combined like I had before and how I have now again? Many coaches and speakers have their name as a pure signature logo without any tagline, and that's perfectly fine. Let me just put that trigger off here. Let's make him crazy. Okay. However, I knew I wanted a little something in my graphic design. I wanted like a little icon, something that completed the Daringly Different as a visual, in a visual way. So a little symbol that when people see it, they know exactly and they know right away, oh, this is Alexandra. And I was torn between two different things. I was torn between a leopard, which is one of my favorite animals, and a butterfly. I know it's not quite the same, and it's a long story why a leopard and why a butterfly. I'm not going into that. So a leopard is too big to be integrated in a logo as a design because you can only take the head and you can hardly recognize what it is. Look kind of weird. So I decided to go with the butterfly. Even though I had the thought that, butterflies often look very cheesy and not so elegant in a graphic. However, butterflies have always been showing up in my life. I mean, everywhere, as long as I can think of, especially since my mom died last year. I always feel her presence when I see any kind of butterfly somewhere. Name it or not, if it's a fact or not, I just love butterflies. So the butterfly, I even have 2 butterfly tattoos on my hips since 13 years in a purple color. I have butterfly jewelry, I have butterfly notebooks and all kind of things with butterflies on it. And I love the butterfly collection from Chopin, which Mariah Carey is a testimony of. So if you haven't seen it, it's so beautiful. So, and also what is really weird or extraordinary, I have inherited a box with dozens and dozens and dozens of butterflies from my parents. And that sounds a little weird, so I'm going to explain. My parents used to travel to Africa in the 70s. And back then, it was still okay to buy all kinds of stuff on the markets, also rare butterflies. You can't do this today anymore. It's a total no-go. But back then, it was quite a normal thing to do. So I have this huge box of butterflies, and even of species, I think they don't exist anymore. So beautiful ones, like, let me show you something like that. Like really, really nice ones. Beautiful. And for me, the butterfly has such a special meaning, not only because of my mom and my grandma used to paint it, they were both artists, but also because I admire its beauty so much, and it just makes me happy when I see butterflies. And for me, the butterfly stands for transformation, for metamorphosis, for beauty, for connection, for colors, and also for happiness. And also in my case, especially last year, it means like a new start, a reset, and turning points. It stands for freedom and independency. And the butterfly dies when you put it in a box, metaphorically speaking, in the first place. So it also has 4 wings, not 2, which himself can't see. And the butterfly can see its own beauty. And this reminds me so much of so many of my clients. The woman out, and also many women out there who can't see their own beauty neither. Who sit on a flower with their 6 legs and they don't dare to spread their wings and fly. Or they just fly a couple of meters and sit back on the flower. So what I do in my daily work, I show them how to embrace their beauty, how to strengthen their wings so they can not only fly, little distances, a couple of meters from flower to flower, but cross the whole ocean And for many years, I had this preconceived opinion that a butterfly might be too cheesy, too feminine, and not professional enough to be integrated in a logo or brand design. However, I trusted my intuition again and decided to let it part of my brand because it represents me and my work so well. And as I'm daringly different and obsessed with details, of course, my butterfly had to be a little extra. So, I, as I mentioned before, I love the leopard. So, I just created, or my graphic designer created, a butterfly with leopard patterns in the wings that you can only see when you zoom in. That's how I integrated the leopard aspects, which I kind of had to integrate. So it's all about details. I'm obsessed with details. It's just daringly different. And it's funny because one of my friends, when I showed the logo, asked me, why do you put so much detail in it? Nobody can see the leopard pattern. It's too small. I'm like, yeah, but I can see it and I know it and it makes it special. And some things are worth a second look to find out their uniqueness. It's the same with people. You see, rebranding is a process that needs time because your brand is a piece of art and nothing you should do in a lunch break. The inner reflection that needs to be done first to find out who you really are and what you bring to the table. Not only right now in this moment, but who do you want to be in the future? Your values and what you stand for. The clients you want to work with, the mission and the vision of your brand. You need to do this foundational work first, and only then you can start creating a visual design that showcases all of your essence. At least when you want to create a visual design that is really, really aligned with your soul and an extension of your brand. And I see this all the time. Most people start by thinking they need a logo and a website first. But without having done the inner work, all of this makes no sense. So I could talk for hours, and I think this is such an important topic and it's highly underestimated. Most people start with marketing right away. No, you got to do the foundational work first. And I could also talk about my own whole thought process and the many, many details that are involved in my brand. But then this life would go forever, and I don't want to stay here the whole weekend. But let me tell you that with the same level of care and love and effort, I work on the brands of my client. I don't do logos and websites because, again, this is the visual design part. But I help you to get the foundation for all of that. Together, we are going to unleash your core essence, gaining clarity of who you really are and what makes you daringly different. I support you in positioning your brand and market it in a way that it feels aligned and sexy, making it irresistible for your dream clients so they can't wait to work with you. Unleash Your Brand DNA is my new group program that is starting very soon. It's the foundational work that needs to be done before doing all the marketing stuff. I do this with my clients in one-on-one private coachings, and now I have done it for myself, and I've kind of felt it was time to offer a group program, a live training with hot seats, really hot seats, so you can get instant feedback on your positioning from me and the other participants. It's going to be cool, it's going to be fun, and it's going to be daringly different. So I will do a separate live to talk more about this soon. So for today, I am happy to release my new brand, Daringly Different. And I have a lot of cool ideas for some amazing masterclasses this year, and I'm excited to share details soon with you. Oh, one more thing I want you to contemplate. Do you feel shivers and butterflies when you talk about your brand? I have decided to never settle for anything less than butterflies. What about you? So share with us in the comments your thought on branding and positioning, visual design, logos, all these kind of things. Maybe you've had an experience you want to share, or you're currently facing some challenges and have a question. So feel free to post your logo with a short comment, what it stands for. I would really love to see it. Next week on Monday at the same time, I will go live again for the third part of this series and share with you what daringly different exactly means and how it can inspire you on your journey of evolution and growth. Thank you so much for listening. Have an amazing day, an amazing weekend, and be daringly different.